Hey everyone, it's T. So I wanted to come on and do a video, basically an introduction or an update. I haven't been on YouTube in so long, so basically this is an introduction to my channel. I want to start making videos because I enjoy watching videos, so I definitely wanted to start making videos. Um, so I'm 35 years old. I am living with cancer. I'm living with sarcoma cancer, endohemangioma sarcoma is actually the type of cancer I have. Is sarcoma cancer of the blood vessels and connective tissues. Sarcoma is a very rare cancer you don't hear about a lot. Some of you all may have heard about it more if you're part of the natural hair community. Michi Monroe, one of the Monroe sisters, recently, not too long ago, was diagnosed with a sarcoma cancer, and hers was a brain tumor. So that lets you know sarcoma cancer is over 100 sarcomas. So it's a lot of them, and only 1% of cancers diagnosed each year is a sarcoma. So a lot of people don't know about sarcoma. So if you can, check out sarcomas and give to sarcoma research, and because you don't want to wait till someone in your family is affected. But anyway, that's not what I'm here for. Hear about me. So I'm 35 years old, living with sarcoma cancer. Actually, November the 2nd, 2014 will be 2 years since I was diagnosed. I've had 3 surgeries. I've been through chemo 3 times. I've been through radiation twice. I'm actually going through my third chemo. Excuse me. I'm going through my third chemo now. My third chemo is the hardest chemo I ever been through. I said that about my last one, but this one is the hardest. I basically go into the hospital on a Monday inpatient, and I come out Friday morning. And the whole time I'm there, for 3 days, I'm on chemo 24 hours a day. So I get chemo slowly 24 hours a day. Then on the last day, they give me a drug called Mesna, which is to flush the chemo um, out of my system to help my kidneys to be able to survive during this time. And then I have to go back either on later on that Friday or the next day, 24 hours after chemo. I have to go back for a booster shot in my stomach, which helps me to be able to fight off germs and helps rebuild my cells and everything, because chemo just wipes you out, takes out your hair, and your eyebrows and everything else. But God is good. God is so amazing. I want to talk about that on my channel. This is just the introduction, but we're going to talk about a lot of things. I'm going to talk about how God's grace and mercy is so sufficient. It's so amazing, because in my darkest times, going through this, I have seen his blessings. My marriage has been so blessed, uh, and has grown. Everything can be taken away, but if some things in your life grow and some things stay steady, you have everything. You can lose some tangible items. My atmosphere may look different because we had to short sell our home when I was diagnosed with cancer. We had to let our home go and go back to living in apartment living, which has been a blessing. Uh, but we had to do that in order to get back on track. We had to go from we went from going from a um, 2 car household to a 1 car household, which works perfect because I really don't drive because my right leg was affected. I've had the 3 surgeries on my right leg, and I have a lot of pain from those surgeries in that leg. And that leg I have lymphedema, which is permanent swelling in that leg. So it's hard to move back and forth when you're driving. So I don't really drive anywhere. I haven't driven in months. And so we were paying for 2 vehicles, and only one, my husband was driving both of them. Unfortunately, one day, which ended up being a blessing in disguise, we didn't realize it, but my husband was on his way home from work, and someone pulled out in front of him and hit him, almost head on. He hit them, and they ran a light or something. Anyway, my car at the time was totaled out. My car was totaled out, and thank God we had insurance because they didn't, and we had gap insurance, so my car was fully paid off. And at the time, I boo-hooed and cried and like I don't have a car anymore. And then God slapped me upside the head and said, "You wasn't driving anyway, and I just helped you out. I took that burden of having to pay that car note and that insurance on a vehicle that you couldn't even drive away." So hey, that goes to show you how God will bless you. And I have to remember the camera is over here. So I definitely want to talk about just everything. I had to leave my job. That was something, let me look at my time, that was hard for me to do because, I was at the height of my career. I had just finished graduate school a year ahead before, and I didn't want to leave my job. I thought, who's going to do it? How they're going to get along? And my mom was like, you need to let it go. And I prayed about it, and I kept getting sicker, and I decided to let it go. And guess what? They haven't called me, and they're functioning just fine without me. So that's funny. So yeah, just know that you're trying to hold on to a job, and it may be time for you to move on, and they can function without you. And so I definitely want to talk about that. His and Her Money on YouTube is a great source to watch. They talked about that, being married, but living off of one income, even though you have two. Because if a spouse gets sick, as I did, what are you gonna do then? What are you gonna do when you have to go down to one income? I had to leave and go out on disability, and disability doesn't give you what you were getting paid when you were working. So yeah. So I want to talk about a lot of things. I'll share some hauls with you all, some healthy eating hauls. My face is really round from chemo, but I have lost about 50 pounds. So we'll talk about healthy eating. I like to do Target hauls, Dollar Tree hauls. But anyway, we're just going to have fun together, and I'll share more of my journey, my story, my ups, my downs, my highs, my lows. Anyway, take care. God bless. It's all for His glory. Bye.